Question 1. Liability concepts. What must an insurance company demonstrate to successfully defend itself against a claim of negligence? A. That the plaintiff did not suffer any damages. B. That the insured had no duty to act. C. That the insured acted reasonably in the circumstances. D. That the plaintiff contributed to the negligence. Answer. C. That the insured acted reasonably in the circumstances. Explanation. To defend against a claim of negligence, an insurance company must demonstrate that the insured acted reasonably given the circumstances. The elements of negligence include duty, breach of duty, causation, and damages. If the insured can show that they acted as a reasonable person would have under similar circumstances, they can effectively negate the breach of duty element. The other options do not address the essential criteria for a successful defense in negligence. For instance, simply showing that the plaintiff did not suffer damages does not negate the duty or breach. Option B is incorrect because establishing a duty is foundational in negligence claims. Option D, while relevant in comparative negligence situations, does not apply directly to the defense of negligence itself. Question 2. Scenario-based question. Mr. Thompson owns a small bakery. One evening, a fire breaks out due to faulty wiring, causing significant damage to the bakery and neighboring shops. Mr. Thompson has a business owner's policy, BOP, that includes property coverage and business interruption insurance. What actions should Mr. Thompson take immediately following the fire to ensure he is covered for his losses? A. Wait for the insurance adjuster to contact him before taking any action. B. Immediately begin repairs to the property before notifying the insurance company. C. Document the damage thoroughly and notify his insurance company about the incident. D. File a police report and close the bakery indefinitely without further communication. Answer. C. Document the damage thoroughly and notify his insurance company about the incident. Explanation. Following a fire incident, Mr. Thompson should document the damage thoroughly and notify his insurance company as soon as possible. This ensures that he has a complete record of the loss, which is critical for the claims process. According to the Michigan Insurance Code, prompt notification is essential for the claims handling process to avoid potential complications or delays in coverage. Option A is incorrect. While the adjuster will eventually be involved, Mr. Thompson should not wait to notify the insurer. Option B is also inappropriate. Repairs should not commence until after the insurer has assessed the damage, as this could affect the claim. Lastly, option D is not advisable since closing the business indefinitely without communication could further complicate his claim and hinder his coverage under the business interruption aspect of his policy. Question 3. Risk management principles. Which of the following is NOT, a risk control technique commonly used in casualty insurance? A. Loss prevention. B. Loss reduction. C. Risk transfer. D. Risk avoidance. Answer. C. Risk transfer. Explanation. Risk transfer involves shifting the financial consequences of a risk to another party, often through insurance policies, and is not classified as a risk control technique. The main risk control techniques include loss prevention, taking steps to prevent losses from occurring, and loss reduction, implementing strategies to minimize the impact of losses that do occur. Risk avoidance is the practice of eliminating any exposure to a particular risk. Therefore, while options A, B, and D are proactive measures aimed at controlling risks, option C represents a reactive measure that does not directly control the risk itself but rather shifts it to another entity. Understanding these distinctions is crucial for effective risk management in casualty insurance. Question 4. Regulatory framework. Under the Michigan Insurance Code, which of the following is a primary function of the Michigan Department of Insurance and Financial Services, DIFS? A. Approving claims submitted by policyholders. B. Setting premium rates for all insurance policies. C. Licensing insurance agents and brokers. D. Determining the market value of insured properties. Answer. C. Licensing insurance agents and brokers. Explanation. One of the primary functions of the Michigan Department of Insurance and Financial Services, DIFS, is to oversee the licensing of insurance agents and brokers. This process ensures that individuals and entities selling insurance products meet specific qualifications and comply with state regulations. Option is incorrect because DIFS does not directly approve claims. This is the responsibility of individual insurance companies. Option B is misleading. While DIFS may review premium rates for fairness and adequacy, it does not set rates for all policies. Option D is also incorrect. The valuation of insured properties is typically determined by appraisers or insurance adjusters, not by the regulatory authority. Question 5. Claims handling and adjustment. In the claims investigation process, which of the following is a critical step an adjuster must take to establish the validity of a claim? A. Conduct an inspection of the insured property. B. Immediately approve the claim based on the insured's statement. C. Create a detailed report without interviewing any witnesses. D. Rely solely on the police report for information. Answer A. Conduct an inspection of the insured property. Explanation. Conducting an inspection of the insured property is a critical step in the claims investigation process. This allows the adjuster to assess the damage firsthand and gather evidence to support or refute the claim. Proving a claim immediately based solely on the insured's statement, option B, is premature and may lead to fraudulent claims being accepted. Creating a detailed report without interviewing witnesses, option C, can result in incomplete information, potentially affecting the claim's outcome. Relying solely on the police report, option D, is inadequate as it may not contain all the necessary details relevant to the insurance claim, necessitating further investigation. Question 6. Liability concepts. Which of the following statements about comparative negligence is TRUE? A. It completely bars recovery if the plaintiff is found to be at fault. B. It allows for damages to be awarded even if the plaintiff is more than 50% at fault. C. It means that both parties share equal responsibility for the damages. D. It is only applicable in Michigan's workers' compensation cases. Answer B. It allows for damages to be awarded even if the plaintiff is more than 50% at fault. Explanation. In Michigan, comparative negligence means that a plaintiff can recover damages even if they are more than 50% at fault, as long as their percentage of fault is not greater than the defendant's. The court will reduce the plaintiff's recovery by their percentage of fault. Option is incorrect under comparative negligence. Recovery is not entirely barred unless the plaintiff is found to be 100% at fault. Option C is misleading. While comparative negligence involves sharing responsibility, it does not imply equal responsibility, but rather assigns a percentage of fault to each party. Option D is incorrect, as comparative negligence applies across various types of civil liability cases, not limited to workers' compensation. Question 7. Risk management principles. Which of the following statements best describes the concept of loss reduction in risk management? A. Implementing safety protocols to prevent accidents before they occur. B. Transferring financial responsibility for a loss to another party through insurance. C. Taking measures to minimize the impact of a loss that has already occurred. D. Avoiding activities that expose the business to risks entirely. Answer. C. Taking measures to minimize the impact of a loss that has already occurred. Explanation. Loss reduction refers to strategies that aim to minimize the severity or impact of a loss after it has occurred. This can include actions like emergency response plans or mitigation strategies. Option A describes loss prevention, which focuses on avoiding losses in the first place. Option B describes risk transfer, which involves shifting financial responsibility through insurance. Option D represents risk avoidance, which entails not engaging in activities that could lead to risk exposure. Question 8. Personal lines of insurance. Which of the following statements about homeowners insurance is TRUE? A. It provides coverage for all types of personal property without exclusions. B. Liability coverage is automatically included in all homeowners policies. C. Homeowners insurance only covers damages caused by natural disasters. D. Personal property coverage is limited to items owned by the policyholder. Answer. B. Liability coverage is automatically included in all homeowners policies. Explanation. Most homeowners insurance policies include liability coverage as part of their standard offerings, protecting homeowners against claims of bodily injury or property damage that occur on their premises. Option is incorrect. Homeowners policies often have exclusions for certain high-value items, such as jewelry or art. Option C is misleading. A homeowner's insurance covers various perils, not just natural disasters. Option D is also incorrect, as personal property coverage can include items owned by family members residing in the household, not solely the policyholder's items. Question 9. Ethical considerations in insurance. Which of the following actions would most likely be considered a conflict of interest for an insurance agent? A. Offering clients multiple insurance options from different providers. B. Recommending coverage that provides the highest commission rather than what is best for the client. C. Disclosing all fees associated with a policy to the client. D. Attending industry conferences to learn about new products and trends. Answer. B. Recommending coverage that provides the highest commission rather than what is best for the client. Explanation: recommending coverage based on the highest commission rather than the client's needs represents a clear conflict of interest. Ethical guidelines in the insurance industry emphasize the importance of acting in the best interest of the client, and prioritizing personal financial gain over client welfare violates these standards. Option is acceptable as it provides clients with choices. Option C reflects ethical behavior by promoting transparency. Option D is also acceptable as it enhances the agent's knowledge and service to clients. Question 10. Current trends in casualty insurance. What impact has technology had on the casualty insurance industry in recent years? A. It has decreased the availability of insurance products in the market. B. It has streamlined claims processing and improved customer service. C. It has eliminated the need for insurance agents entirely. D. It has increased the complexity of policy underwriting processes. Answer: B. It has streamlined claims processing and improved customer service. Explanation: technology has greatly improved the efficiency of claims processing and enhanced customer service in the casualty insurance industry. Automation and digital tools have allowed insurers to handle claims more quickly and effectively, providing customers with a better experience. Option A is incorrect. Technology has generally expanded the range of available insurance products through innovation. Option C is misleading. While technology has changed the role of agents, it has not eliminated their need. Option D is inaccurate. Technology often simplifies underwriting through better data analytics, making the process more efficient rather than more complex. Question 11. Fundamental concepts of casualty insurance. Which of the following best describes the purpose of umbrella insurance policies? A. They provide coverage only for property damage claims. B. They offer additional liability protection above and beyond underlying policies. C. They eliminate the need for separate general liability insurance. D. They are only available for commercial entities. Answer: B. They offer additional liability protection above and beyond underlying policies. Explanation: umbrella insurance policies provide an extra layer of liability protection extending beyond the limits of underlying policies, such as homeowners or auto insurance. This means that if a claim exceeds the limit of the underlying policy, the umbrella policy will cover the excess, protecting the insured from significant financial loss. Option is incorrect because umbrella policies cover liability, not just property damage. Option C is misleading. Umbrella insurance does not eliminate the need for underlying policies, but complements them. Option D is false. Umbrella policies are available for both personal and commercial use. Question 12. Liability concepts. In a negligence case, which of the following is not one of the necessary elements that must be proven by the plaintiff? A. Duty of care. B. Breach of duty. C. Causation. D. Financial loss. Answer: D. Financial loss. Explanation: in a negligence case, the plaintiff must establish four key elements: duty of care, breach of duty, causation, and damages. While financial loss is typically a result of the damages, it is not a necessary element that must be proven to establish negligence itself. Option A refers to the obligation to act with reasonable care. Option B involves showing that the defendant failed to meet that standard. Option C demonstrates that the defendant's actions directly caused the injury or damage. Question 13. Risk management principles. Which of the following strategies is primarily focused on preventing losses before they occur? A. Loss reduction. B. Risk transfer. C. Loss prevention. D. Risk retention. Answer: C. Loss prevention. Explanation: loss prevention strategies are designed to avoid potential losses before they occur, such as implementing safety measures and employee training programs. This approach aims to minimize the likelihood of accidents and incidents that could result in claims. Option A, loss reduction, focuses on minimizing the impact of losses that have already occurred. Option B, risk transfer, involves shifting the financial burden to another party, like through insurance. Option D, risk retention, means accepting the risk and managing it internally. Question 14, commercial casualty insurance. Which of the following statements accurately describes the differences between claims-made and occurrence forms of general liability insurance? A. Claims-made policies cover only incidents that occurred during the policy period, regardless of when the claim is reported. B. Occurrence forms cover any incident that occurs during the policy period, even if the claim is reported after the policy has expired. C. Claims-made policies are generally less expensive than occurrence forms due to their broader coverage. D. Occurrence forms require the insured to report claims within a specified period after the policy expires. Answer: B. Occurrence forms cover any incident that occurs during the policy period, even if the claim is reported after the policy has expired. Explanation: occurrence forms provide coverage for incidents that happen during the policy period, regardless of when the claim is filed, making them generally broader in scope. Option is incorrect. Claims-made policies only cover claims made during the policy period, regardless of when the incident occurred. Option C is misleading. Claims-made policies may be less expensive, but they offer narrower coverage. Option D is incorrect, as occurrence forms do not impose a reporting timeframe after expiration. Question 15. Policy components and structure. What is the primary purpose of the declarations page in an insurance policy? A. To outline the exclusions of coverage. B. To summarize the essential details of the policy, including coverage limits and premiums. C. To provide a detailed explanation of the claims process. D. To specify the legal obligations of the insurer. Answer: B. To summarize the essential details of the policy, including coverage limits and premiums. Explanation: the declarations page serves as a summary of the insurance policy, listing critical information such as the policyholder's name, coverage limits, deductibles, and premiums. This page provides an overview that helps the insured understand what is covered. Option A pertains to the exclusions but is not the primary function of the declarations page. Option C relates to claims handling but is not found in the declarations. Option D may be included elsewhere in the policy but is not the main focus of the declarations page. Question 16. Claims handling and adjustment. During the claims settlement process, which of the following practices would be considered unethical for an insurance adjuster? A. Conducting thorough investigations to verify claim details. B. Pressuring a claimant to accept a lower settlement amount than is reasonable. C. Providing clear explanations of coverage and exclusions to the claimant. D. Offering assistance to claimants in understanding their rights. Answer: B. Pressuring a claimant to accept a lower settlement amount than is reasonable. Explanation: pressuring a claimant to accept a low settlement amount undermines ethical standards in the insurance industry and can be seen as an exploitative practice. Adjusters are expected to negotiate fairly and act in good faith. Option A is ethical, as thorough investigations are essential for accurate claims handling. Option C reflects ethical behavior as it promotes transparency. Option D is also ethical, as helping claimants understand their rights is part of a fair claims process. Question 17. Ethical considerations in insurance. Which of the following actions is a violation of the Code of Ethics for insurance professionals? A. Disclosing confidential client information without consent. B. Providing clients with a range of coverage options. C. Refusing to write a policy for a client based on personal bias. D. Failing to communicate clearly about policy exclusions. Answer A. Disclosing confidential client information without consent. Explanation: disclosing confidential client information without the client's consent is a serious violation of the ethical standards set forth in the Code of Ethics for insurance professionals. It breaches trust and potentially exposes clients to harm. Option B is ethical, as offering multiple options is part of providing good service. Option C, while potentially unfair, does not necessarily constitute a violation of ethics unless it involves discrimination. Option D may reflect poor communication but does not directly violate ethical standards. Question 18. Current trends in casualty insurance. What is one significant impact of emerging technologies on the casualty insurance sector? A. Decreased regulatory oversight due to automation. B. Enhanced predictive analytics for risk assessment and pricing. C. Reduced demand for insurance products. D. Increased complexity in customer interactions. Answer B. Enhanced predictive analytics for risk assessment and pricing. Explanation: emerging technologies, particularly in data analytics, have significantly enhanced insurers' ability to assess risk and set pricing based on predictive models. This allows for more accurate underwriting and personalized policies. Option is incorrect. Automation typically requires even more oversight to ensure compliance. Option C is misleading. While demand may fluctuate, technology has not led to a universal decrease in demand. Option D is also incorrect. Technology generally streamlines customer interactions rather than complicating them. Question 19. Practical applications. Mr. Thompson runs a small manufacturing business and has purchased general liability insurance. A visitor is injured on the premises and files a claim. Which of the following actions should Mr. Thompson take first in response to the claim? A. Immediately deny the claim, as the visitor should have been more careful. B. Notify his insurance company about the incident and provide all relevant information. C. Settle with the injured party out of court to avoid a claim. D. Ignore the claim since it is likely to be rejected. Answer: B. Notify his insurance company about the incident and provide all relevant information. Explanation: the first step Mr. Thompson should take is to notify his insurance company about the incident. This allows the insurer to begin the claims process and investigate the situation properly. Option is inappropriate as claims should not be denied without investigation. Option C may not be advisable since settling without insurer involvement could lead to complications regarding coverage. Option D is unwise. Ignoring the claim could result in significant liability issues for Mr. Thompson. Question 20. Personal lines of insurance. Which of the following is a common exclusion found in most personal auto insurance policies? A. Coverage for personal injuries sustained while driving. B. Damage to a vehicle driven by an uninsured motorist. C. Claims arising from intentional acts or criminal activities. D. Liability for damage caused by the policyholder's family members. Answer: C. Claims arising from intentional acts or criminal activities. Explanation: most personal auto insurance policies exclude coverage for claims resulting from intentional acts or criminal activities, as these pose a higher risk and are against public policy. Option A is incorrect because personal injuries are typically covered under bodily injury liability. Option B is misleading. While damage caused by uninsured motorists is generally covered, it may have specific conditions and limitations. Option D is also incorrect. Liability for damage caused by family members driving the insured vehicle is usually covered as they are often included in the policy. Question 21. Types of coverage. Which type of coverage provides protection against loss or damage to a building or structure due to specific perils? A. Liability insurance. B. Property insurance. C. Personal injury insurance. D. Umbrella insurance. Answer: B. Property insurance. Explanation: property insurance provides coverage for loss or damage to buildings and other structures due to specific perils such as fire, theft, or vandalism. Liability insurance, on the other hand, protects against legal claims made by third parties for injuries or damages. Personal injury insurance is typically related to injuries sustained by individuals. Umbrella insurance offers additional liability coverage beyond existing policy limits. Question 22. Insurance terminology. What does the term deductible refer to in an insurance policy? A. The total amount of coverage provided by the policy. B. The amount the insured must pay out of pocket before insurance kicks in. C. The premium paid for the insurance coverage. D. The amount the insurance company pays for a claim. Answer: B. The amount the insured must pay out of pocket before insurance kicks in. Explanation: a deductible is the amount that the policyholder must pay before the insurance company starts to cover the remaining costs. For example, if a policy has a $500 deductible, the insured must pay the first $500 of recovered loss. Option A refers to coverage limits, while option C refers to the cost of insurance. Option D describes the payout from the insurer, which occurs after the deductible is satisfied. Question 23. Coverage limits. In a commercial general liability CGL policy, what is typically the aggregate limit? A. The maximum amount paid for each individual claim. B. The total amount available for all claims during the policy period. C. The limit on property damage claims only. D. The maximum payout for personal injury claims. Correct answer: B. The total amount available for all claims during the policy period. Explanation: the aggregate limit in a CGL policy represents the total maximum amount the insurer will pay for all claims made during the policy period, regardless of the number of individual claims. This limit is separate from the per incident limit, which caps the payout for each individual claim. Option A describes the per occurrence limit, while options C and D are incorrect because the aggregate limit applies to all types of claims, not just property damage or personal injury. Question 24. Insurance regulation. Which organization is primarily responsible for regulating insurance companies in Michigan? A. The Federal Insurance Administration. B. The Michigan Department of Insurance and Financial Services. C. The National Association of Insurance Commissioners. D. The Michigan Securities Commission. Answer: B. The Michigan Department of Insurance and Financial Services. Explanation: the Michigan Department of Insurance and Financial Services (DIFS) is the primary regulatory body overseeing insurance companies and ensuring they operate in compliance with state laws. The Federal Insurance Administration does not directly regulate insurers but oversees broader financial systems. The National Association of Insurance Commissioners (NAIC) provides support and guidelines but does not regulate directly. The Michigan Securities Commission focuses on securities and investments, not insurance. Question 25. Coverage types. Which of the following is a key characteristic of professional liability insurance? A. It covers only physical injuries caused by the professional's actions. B. It protects against claims of negligence in the performance of professional services. C. It is only required for medical professionals. D. It does not cover intentional acts. Answer: B. It protects against claims of negligence in the performance of professional services. Explanation: professional liability insurance, also known as errors and omissions insurance, provides coverage for claims arising from negligence, errors, or omissions in the professional services provided by an insured. It is applicable to a wide range of professions, not just medical professionals. Option A is incorrect, as it covers more than just physical injuries. Option C is misleading, as various professionals, including lawyers and accountants, also need this coverage. Option D is not entirely accurate. While many policies do not cover intentional acts, there may be specific exclusions that vary by policy. Question 26. Policy exclusions. Which of the following is a common exclusion found in most homeowners insurance policies? A. Damage caused by fire. B. Theft of personal property. C. Flood damage. D. Liability for dog bites. Correct answer: C. Flood damage. Explanation: most standard homeowners insurance policies exclude coverage for flood damage, which is a specific peril that typically requires a separate flood insurance policy. Options A and B are generally covered unless specific exclusions apply. Option D is usually covered under liability sections unless the dog has a history of aggression or certain breeds are specifically excluded. Question 27. Adjusting claims. What is the primary role of an insurance adjuster in the claims process? A. To deny claims based on policy exclusions. B. To investigate and evaluate claims to determine the insurer's liability. C. To settle claims without any investigation. D. To represent the insured in negotiations with the insurance company. Answer: B. To investigate and evaluate claims to determine the insurer's liability. Explanation: the primary responsibility of an insurance adjuster is to investigate claims, assess the damages, and determine the insurer's liability based on the terms of the insurance policy. Adjusters work to ensure fair and accurate settlements. Option A misrepresents their role, or they do not deny claims arbitrarily. Option C is incorrect, as thorough investigations are standard practice. Option D is also misleading. While adjusters negotiate settlements, they represent the insurer, not the insured. Question 28. Liability coverage. Which of the following best describes bodily injury liability coverage in an auto insurance policy? A. Coverage for injuries sustained by the policyholder while driving. B. Coverage for injuries sustained by others for which the policyholder is legally responsible. C. Coverage for damage to the policyholder's vehicle in an accident. D. Coverage for medical expenses incurred by the policyholder. Answer: B. Coverage for injuries sustained by others for which the policyholder is legally responsible. Explanation: bodily injury liability coverage protects the insured against claims made by others for physical injuries they may have caused in an accident. This includes medical expenses and legal fees. Option A refers to personal injury protection, while Option C addresses property damage liability. Option D typically falls under medical payments coverage, which is different from bodily injury liability. Question 29. Property valuation. Which method of property valuation calculates the cost to replace an asset with a similar one at current market prices? A. Actual cash value. B. Replacement cost. C. Depreciated value. D. Agreed value. Answer: B. Replacement cost. Explanation: replacement cost valuation assesses the cost to replace damaged or lost property with a similar item at current market prices without deducting for depreciation. Actual cash value, on the other hand, subtracts depreciation from the replacement cost. Option C explicitly relates to valuation after considering depreciation. Agreed value is a specific amount that both the insurer and the insured agree upon at the policy's inception. Question 30. Business interruption insurance. What does business interruption insurance typically cover? A loss of income due to a fire that damages the business premises. B. Costs associated with employee injuries on the job. C. Damage to business property due to theft. D. Liability claims from third parties for injuries on business property. Answer: A loss of income due to a fire that damages the business premises. Explanation: Business interruption insurance covers the loss of income a business suffers due to a covered event like a fire that disrupts operations. It helps to cover lost profits during the period when the business is unable to operate. Options B and D relate to workers' compensation and general liability insurance, respectively, while option C pertains to property insurance.